locked in 14 of our players for next year going into this, so that certainly takes a lot of headaches away from us, that we've got the core of last year's winning team all signed, ready for next year. So that's a real positive for us, and we can now keep planning and fill the last spots over the next few months. We've got strong leadership. I've talked about in all forms, if you've got the backbone or the skeleton of strong leaders, then you can bring in the sprinklings of the best young talent, and we've been able to do that in all forms of cricket.
Yeah. We saw Joel Paris in the 50 over format, how good he was there. Can he add a bit of X factor for the 2020s?
Joel Paris is as talented a player as I've seen for a very long time. So, when you think about guys like Joel Paris and Ashton Agar, Sam Whiteman, Mitchell Marsh, we've got some of the most exciting talent. Ashton Turner, I can keep going on. We've got some of the most exciting talent in Australian cricket, and which is great for now, but which is being proven. But for the next 5 or 10 years, that's very, very exciting.
The imports, you seem to have worked really well with respect no-name imports or lesser known. Do you think that works better in this form of the game as opposed to trying to go and get a superstar of the game? Yeah, well, we've got to, again, it's part of our philosophy that you need to have them for the whole tournament so they can become part of the team. If you talk to our guys, almost to a man, all they want is Michael Carberry to come back because they love him. And I got a message from Michael Carberry yesterday, I'm missing my brothers, and that's what happened. That's the impact we have here, that they love playing with each other. James Muirhead from Victoria just loved playing here. So they play the whole time so they can become part of the team, and we tend to look for senior pros because in 2020 cricket, it's the senior pros who tend to do the job for you. So if you could get a superstar who's a senior pro who could play all 8 games and doesn't cost you $300,000 a year, then you might look at that one. But it's very hard in this market to get that. So, well, the only reason Hoggy's not signed yet is because he's 45 years old. That's the truth. And he knows, and he and I have got, we've known each other since we're 15 years old, so we're not hiding him or we're not hoping, we're just working through it. It's a process. He's going to the IPL, which is exciting for him. It might have been more difficult for him to look forward to BBL, the next BBL, if he didn't go to the IPL, because it means a lot of time not playing, a lot of other interests come in. He's going to look to the next phase of his career, obviously. But we're hopeful. I mean, he was the standout player. He was the X factor for us last year. Left arm leg spinner, outstanding bowler. But the impact he has on the group is, it's hard to define really. So we're hopeful he comes up again. He's very fit. But he is 45 years old, so that's the situation we're in. But we're hopeful he'll be playing for the Scorchers next year.